WIX, are you receiving me?
This is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray. I have you 5-9, Jamie.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure for a fact that, because Al did it, and on his ham shack, I just came out to the car. So we now know 9-1 is definitely operating. There's just an issue with, I guess, on Dave's end.
Roger, acknowledged.
This is KI5QWK going back to dinner. Put me as either an early check-in or a check-in only.
Roger, I've got you for early check-in / check-in only.
Thank you. This is KI5QWK, clear with K5WIX.
QST, QST, QST. This is the Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra Net. Your net control operator is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray. My name is Brian, and I am located in Indiahoma. This net meets every Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. For most nets, we will use the 146.91 megahertz repeater, which has a negative offset and tone of 173.8. On the fourth Thursday, however, we will exercise the simplex net using the 2-meter calling frequency 146.52 megahertz in honor of Silent Key Whiskey Delta 5 Uniform Sierra Alpha, who started the practice for the club many years ago. If the month has a fifth Thursday, we will exercise our other Lawton repeater at 147.36 megahertz, which has a positive offset and a tone of 173.8. Break. This is a guided net, and as such, it is requested that all traffic be addressed to the net control. This net is intended to promote a sense of community among local amateur radio enthusiasts, provide information about local activities, and practice individual net operations. All licensed operators are invited to participate in this net. You need not be a Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra member. When checking in, please speak slowly and clearly and give your call sign phonetically using the India Tango Uniform phonetic alphabet, your name, and general location. Break. Please start your check with "This is" and release your push-to-talk button to see if someone else is talking over you. If not, go ahead and continue your check-in. If you are relaying someone else's check-in, please say relay and wait for net control to acknowledge your relay. If you need to add anything to your comments, you can always call recheck and wait for net control to acknowledge you. At the end of tonight's net, we will conduct our 73 round, where I will quickly go through the roster for log reports and final comments and allow you to secure your station. Break. During the weekly net, there is a general amateur radio related question or topic of discussion. Tonight, I'm going to basically ask everybody, what kind of radio are you using to talk to us on the net tonight? I say again, tonight's question is, what rig are you using to talk to the net tonight? Break. If you would like to suggest a question for the net, or if you would like a turn as net control operator for this net, please contact the club vice president, Dave, Kilo Alpha 5, Fox, November, Quebec, at his club email. Altogether, Vice President, W5 Kilo Sierra, at gmail.com. We would really appreciate your participation, and this is great training for your other ham radio activities. Break. Again, my name is Brian, Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray. I am your net control operator for this evening's net, and I have a couple of announcements for you. The Lawton Fort Sill Amateur Radio Club general meetings are always held on the first Tuesday of the month, and you just missed this past one 2 days ago. However, we have an executive board meeting coming up on the third Tuesday of the month at the White Buffalo. If you opt to participate at the general club meeting, the location is at the Optimist Club, which is located at 2130 Oklahoma. The meeting is scheduled typically at 7 o'clock with an eyeball QSO and check-in 30 minutes prior. Break. We've got some upcoming club classes that are going to be taking place, and I will leave it to the club vice president, should he elect to participate with the net tonight, to articulate those. That being said, we have the volunteer examiners meet up over at the Comanche County Fairgrounds this Saturday at 10 o'clock for those folks who wish to get their technician, general, or amateur extra license. Again, it's over at the Great Plains Coliseum. There's a sign out by the door on the building to the north. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray .ok@gmail.com. Break. I now invite any Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra board members who wish to check in or make announcements at this time. Please check in with your call sign phonetically, your name and general location, please. This is Kilo 5 Whiskey in the X-Ray asking for any club board members to come now.
This is Kilo India 5 Lima Bravo Yankee. That is KI5 LBY Al North Lawton. Check in only.
This is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray. Are there any board members wishing to check in at this time? Please come now. Nothing heard, nothing heard, nothing heard. This is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray, serving as your net control operator for the Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra Thursday night net. I will take general check-ins at this time. Please, again, come with your call sign phonetically, your name and general location, and please give me a "this is" prior to you hitting that push to talk, just to make sure that no one's talking over you. Again, this is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray, your net control operator for the Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra net. I will take general check-ins at this time.
This is Whiskey 5 Alpha Delta Alpha, Ron, south of Rush Springs.
This is NL7CO, Don, Echo Mike 04, Sierra Oscar.
This is KI5 UXO, that is Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar, Tom, Northwest Lawton.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot, Uniform Juliet, Jeff, West Lawton, no traffic.
This is KJ5DZF, Kilo Julia 5, Delta Zulu Foxtrot, Dan in beautiful downtown Lawton. This is Kilo 5, Whiskey in the X-Ray, your net control operator. There was a call in between Jeff and Dan. That station, please try again and see if you can come through, because you were breaking squelch, but I couldn't hear traffic.
This is Alpha India Kilo 5, Kilo Echo, James, Pumpkin Center.
James, I heard you. Can I get your call sign again, please?
Alpha India 5, Kilo Echo.
QSL, good copy. Is there anybody else wishing to check in at this time for the Thursday night Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra net? Come now. Nothing heard, nothing heard, nothing heard. I'm going to fly through the roster. I just want to remind everybody that there is a 2-meter single sideband net following this net at 7:30, and I will have November Lima 7 Charlie Oscar provide details. But first, let's start at the top of the roster with Whiskey 5 Delta Bravo Hotel. Come ahead with your traffic, please.
I think you mean Whiskey 5 Delta Papa Hotel.
Whiskey 5 Delta Papa Hotel. Come ahead with your traffic. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Much appreciate the traffic, and thanks for the correction, Don, for Joe's call sign. I love your radio. It's great that you're able to do multi-mode on 2 meters. That's pretty sweet. When I get some extra change, I'll probably get one for myself. It'll be my first ICOM, so everybody who has one certainly likes it, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and move down the roster to Whiskey 5 Alpha Delta Alpha. Ron, who is probably on the road, go ahead with your traffic, please.
Thanks, Brian, for running the net, doing a great job. No, actually, I got off work at 2 o'clock due to additional time that I worked yesterday, but I'm operating on ICOM 9700, and the antenna that I'm utilizing is a Diamond 6000X tri-band antenna for the ICOM 7900. Thanks again for running net. Back to net control.
Thanks for the comments, Ryan. That's 2 for the ICOM 9700. Again, a great rig. November Lima 7, Charlie Oscar, Don, you are next up on the deck. Come forward with your comments, please.
Good evening, Brian and Annette, NL7CO, and I'm going to make it 3 for 3 on the 9700. I'm going to make it 2 for 2 on the Diamond X6000 Alpha vertical antenna. Mine's about 10 feet lower than Ron's. I'm only up 20 feet. As you mentioned, we have 2-meter sideband net starting at 1930, 144.250 upper sideband. Check-in's open to everybody who can come down. We have a lot of fun. We talk technical issues. We talk what our stations are, what we're doing with our stations, and about upcoming contests and past contests. We basically have a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to turn this back over to you and going to clear from the net and get ready for my net. Yeah. K5WIX NL7CO. See, even I forget all the call signs.
Hey, Don, much appreciate you giving us the information, and you're sounding great through the repeater all the way out here in Indiahoma. I want to remind everybody, again, about your net at 1930. If you've got the means to go single sideband, by all means, join in the fun over at Don's. Don, I'm just letting you know that I'm talking to you on my Yaesu 300D, and it doesn't have a single sideband, and I don't think I'll be able to get the other radio hooked up in time, but I'm going to try to get on for sure next week. I'm going to break with Don and move on to Tom, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar. Come forward with the traffic, please, Tom.
Hey, Brian, this is KI5UXO, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar. Doing a great job on the net. Hearing you clear, hearing you strong 5x9. And I'm hearing that 5x9 on my little Baofeng handheld. So that's all I got for the net. Continue to do the great job. This is KI5UXO, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar, back to net control.
Much appreciated. Thanks for the comments, Tom. You are our first Baofeng RT tonight, which is awesome. You are sounding great into the repeater, and I guess if you get a couple of those, you can actually talk to satellites, which is a pretty cool thing. I didn't catch the person in between Jeff and Dan, so unless it was James, hooray, but if not, we'll work through this. Kilo, Juliet 5, Foxtrot, Uniform Juliet. Jeff, I think you were check-in only, but if you had any other comments for the net, you're welcome to provide them at this time.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Uniform Juliet. I don't have any comments other than thank you for running a great net tonight. Sounds awesome. And the answer to the question is another ICOM 9700. That's a net.
Much appreciated, Jeff, and I cannot believe the amount of money that ICOM is collecting from you guys on this radio. It is a good rig, and obviously the 7300 is great for the HF side, so the fact that we got so many people in the Comanche County region jamming on the 9700s, I'm jealous. I'm going to have to see what I can do to get myself one. Again, thanks a lot for your comments, Jeff. Okay, Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Zulu Foxtrot. Dan, it is your time to turn and burn on the Thursday night Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra net. Come ahead with your comments, please.
This is KJ5DZF. Brian, I am hearing you just pretty darn good. You're about 5x8. I'm talking to you on a Yaesu 6000 with a mag mount dual band antenna. Back to you, sir.
Thanks for the comments, Dan. I actually recommended your radio to a good friend of mine in western Washington State. That's what he uses, and he was very pleased with it. But he decided he wanted to get a secondary radio, so he went and bought himself a FTM 500. So that radio travels with him around the Pierce County area, whereas the 6000 is using as a base station in his shack. So again, a really great radio. Thank you for the comments. And now let us go way to the east to near Pumpkin Center. Alpha India 5 Kilo Echo. James, it is your time on the Thursday night. Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra Net. Come with your traffic, please.
Roger. I am on a Explorer QRZ1 HT with the rubber ducks. What's amazing, I reached the repeater at all with this. I do have an old Kenwood all meter, 2 meters, so now I've got an excuse to hook it up to, or all mode. I got an excuse to hook it up to an antenna. I'll try to catch the next single sideband net. Over.
Roger, James. I think you and I have worked each other before a year or two ago, and I meant to add you to the, make sure I send you out what do you call it, a card. I'll look you up at QRZ and send you my latest creation. So I really appreciate you participating in the net tonight. This is Kilo 5, Whiskey India X-Ray, clearing with Alpha India 5 Kilo Echo. Is there anybody else wishing to participate in tonight's Thursday night Whiskey 5 Kilo Sierra net? Please come now.
KI5 Quebec, or QWK.
Kilo India 5, Quebec, Whiskey Kilo. Jamie, in lovely Lawton, it is your turn on the Thursday night net. Come forward with your traffic, please.
Net control, I did not hear the beginning stuff or the question, but it sounds like the question had something to do with what we're running. If it was, I am in my mobile running a Yaesu FT400 dual channel FM and all that other fun stuff, and the antenna is a mag mount Nagoya 400.
You inferred correctly. That is the question we are asking tonight. The rig you are running and the antenna and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you bringing it up. I have the 300 model of that. You've got a slightly better version than I have, but you're sounding great into the repeater, and it looks like everybody else should be able to hear you as well.
Yeah, I'm only getting slight interference from our camera and security system because I'm still sitting in the driveway. No, I love this FT400. It is very user-friendly, and you can do touchscreen or button. It's a decent little mobile rig that isn't super expensive, and I've even contested with it, and it worked pretty good. One other thing, net control, I don't know if you did already, but did you put out over the net what Dan requested, or did Dan do it when I didn't hear?
Feel free to go ahead and put that traffic out this time.
Okay. The current tech class is being run out of we'll just say this current tech class that is running. They're requesting anybody that is either currently on net or just listening to net that if you happen to have any extra HTs that you would be willing to donate, could you please donate an HT? I will let Dan, because I think I heard Dan recheck if he would like, so he could give you contact information. They would like for the people that passed their technician class to be able to give them a used HT to get them started on this wonderful hobby of amateur radio.
This is Net Control, Roger. Now, I'll make sure that repeat that at the end of the net tonight. And again, thanks for the comments. This is Kilo 5, Whiskey India X-Ray. Is there anybody else wishing to check in tonight? Please come now. Nothing heard. Nothing heard. It is now 1923 hours for those folks in the military and world travelers. Let's go ahead and proceed to our 73 round so we can give everybody an opportunity to jump onto the 2-meter single sideband net that will commence after this net at 1930. Starting at the top of the roster, Joe, Whiskey 5, Delta Papa Hotel. Do you have any 73 comments at this time?
This is W5DPH. No, no further comments. Thank you, and we'll be QSYing over to 144-250. 73 W5DPH.
Thanks much, Joe, and have a great evening. Whiskey 5, Alpha Delta Alpha, Ron, any 73 comments for the net tonight?
Thanks again, Brian, for running the net. Awesome job. I heard everyone 5-9. I'm getting ready to QSY to 144.250 for the single sideband net. Hope everyone has a good evening. This is W5ADA. Back to net control.
Thanks, Ron. Have a great evening. We always appreciate all the work you do for the community. Much, much appreciated. I'll see if November Lima 7 Charlie Oscar is still on the net. Don, if you are here, you want to make any 73 comments? Nothing heard. I presume he's getting his net set up, so no big deal. Moving on to the roster, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar. Tom, 73 comments, please.
This is KI5UXO, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar. No 73 comments at this time, Brian, but as previously stated, you are coming in a strong 5x9 to my little handheld. So continue what you're doing. Great job. This is KI5UXO, Kilo India 5, Uniform X-Ray Oscar, back to net control.
Much appreciated, Tom. Again, strong signal from your handheld, 73 to you. Moving on to the roster, Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot, Uniform Juliet. Jeff, any 73 comments for the net tonight?
Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot, Uniform Juliet. I don't have any comments. Wish everybody a great weekend. Let's hope the weather breaks when we get some fishing in. Back to the net.
Roger that. Thanks for your participation, and 73 to you. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Zulu 5, and any 73 comments for the net?
This is KJ5DZF. I have nothing in particular, but if anybody does want to contact me, I'll be up on Simplex 14652 for a few minutes after this.
He went out when Wesley had the
If
door
anybody
open.
needs other contact information, if they do have radios to donate. And great job tonight, Brian. 73, back to you.
Much appreciated, Dan. Thank you very much for the comments. And I will probably give you a shout in the next day or two. I'll see if I can scare up a radio for you. This is Kilo 5 Whiskey India X-Ray. Continuing 73 round, Alpha India 5 Kilo Echo. James, are you still with us? If so, give us your 73 comments, please.
It's W5DPH on 144-250.
W5DPH, NL7CO. You sound better over here.
Okay, you're sounding good yourself. Standing by for 1930 net.
Roger. WF5ADA and L7CO. I got you, Ron. You say you hear somebody down south? Roger. Yeah, everything seems a little bit lighter today. Frequency in use. This is NL7CO, November Lima 7, Charlie Oscar, Echo Mike 04 is the frequency in use. QST, this is NL7CO, November Lima 7, Charlie Oscar, Don, Delta Oscar, November, calling the Southwest Oklahoma 2-meter sideband net from Echo Mike 04, Sierra Oscar, which is on the west side of Lawton, Oklahoma. This is a directed net. Please contact Net Control Station prior to initiating contacts amongst net members because you may not hear other weak signals or they may not hear you. This net is sanctioned under the auspices of the Sidewinders on 2 or SWOT group. SWOT membership is not required but is encouraged. More information on SWOT can be found on their homepage, which is SWOTRC.org. The purpose of this net is to encourage operations on 2-meter sideband, discuss upcoming 2-meter events, current station configurations, plans for future improvements, and to let you experiment with your current station capabilities. If you have any questions regarding 2-meter operations and equipment, there's probably somebody on the net who has knowledge to assist you. If no one has the knowledge, we can join in the information gathering journey together. It's how we learn. I'm operating an ICOM IC9700 as my primary 2-meter radio at this time. Currently using a SAL electronic. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm using the a Diamond X6000A vertical, tri-band vertical, designed specifically for the 9700, and it's about 20 feet. Today is February 6th, and the next 2-meter activity is the Spring Sprint on April 7th, 2 months from now, at 1900 hours local, a little 4-hour fun contest. There are no significant meteor showers in the next 30 days. I am now calling for check-ins to the Southwest Oklahoma 2-meter sideband. Please call in L7CO, November Lima 7, Charlie Oscar, with your call sign, phonetically, your name also phonetically, your grid location, and SWOT number if you have one. An example would be, for example, W5KS, Brent, Whiskey 5, Delta Papa Hotel. He's in Echo Mike 04, and I forget what your number is, Brent, like 3692 or something like that. That's going to take check-ins now, and tonight we're also going to talk about some technical stuff. I have 2 check-ins. I have W5DPH from Echo Mike 04, and I have W5ADA from Echo Mike 14. Any other check-ins for the 2-meter sideband net, please call NL7CO.
WD5VNA, Echo Mike 03. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Uniform Juliet, Jeff and Lonnie.
I have Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Uniform Juliet. Anybody else in L7CO?
Don, did you hear this calling station ending in VNA?
No. Do I try and get him?
Yeah, calling station, call W5DPH with your call sign.
03.
I'm sorry I doubled with you. Let's try again.
Okay, WD5BNA, Echo Mike 03, Wichita Falls.
Okay, Don, that was WD5 Bravo November Alpha Rocky from Wichita Falls, and I believe he's probably horizontal.
Yeah, QSL.
Yeah, he confirms horizontal. Back to you, Don. This is W5DPH.
Roger. Rocky's in Echo Mike 13, isn't he?
0303. Or yeah, excuse me, 1313.
Rocky's in 13? Yeah, I think I'm Echo Mike 03. Any other check-ins for the Southwest Oklahoma 2-meter sideband net, please call NL7CO. Are y'all vertical? Okay, let's talk about something simple like grounding of stations. I finally have a home station in a house where I put antennas up. Slowly but surely I'm getting the antennas up, and I'm finally getting around to putting grounding in. I got myself a grounding bar, got some small lengths of grounded braid strap, and I'm going to get an 8-foot grounding rod and put it in this weekend. Yes, normally you want to tie it into everything all at once, but I'm going to be separate for a little bit until I get the tower and I can tie everything together. W5DPH, NL7CO. What do you got going on, Brent?
Oh, not too much. I wanted to go ahead and give you a little clarification on Rocky down there. He's Echo Mike 03, and he is horizontal, and so you're. I think you're going to have a hard time hearing him on your vertical tonight. I'm hearing him pretty well. Anyways, regarding grounding, I've gone around in circles with this whole grounding thing. When I first set up my shack, I drove ground rods and all that stuff. And whenever I moved to the current location and had my shack set up, I put ground rods and bonding straps and all that stuff and grounded everything together outside of the shack on, and I even tried to have multiple ground rods connected together with large copper wire. I have since unhooked all of that. And the reason is if you don't have your ground rods connected back to your main utility power, or you end up with a ground loop in your system. So a local ground strike can enter your house and go ahead and exit out through your radio equipment with the other ground rod that you have driven. Unless your ground rod is connected back to your mains ground rod, then, like I said, you'll end up with a ground loop. So I've actually unhooked mine since my shack is on utility power, but I don't have an additional ground rod on it. It's just hooked into the mains power, and it's grounded through the 3-prong plug. All of my equipment would be grounded through that, and I don't have an additional RF ground. I'll turn it back to you, and I won't be able to hear Ron since I'm horizontal tonight. I can just barely hear him. But anyways, this is W5DPH. Thanks for the good discussion.
Roger, you want to grab Rocky and see what he's got to say?
Yeah, Roger on that. Hey, Rocky, WD5BNA, this is W5DPH. Do you have any comments on station grounding?
Negative. This is the first time that I've checked in, and I didn't know what to expect. But, yeah, what you said makes perfect sense. The ground loop, that's a very real possibility, and I've actually heard of that happening. Anyway, no more comments. Thanks for the check-in. Thanks for the relay. Because I'm just barely hearing that controller, but I hear you real well. You're about S7.
Okay. Well, thanks for checking in with us tonight, Rocky, and come back anytime. Don will have a horizontal antenna as soon as he gets his tower put up, probably in the next couple weeks to a month or so. He'll have a nice directional beam that he can point down your way. Yeah, just tonight he's just running vertical. Don, Rocky was just kind of echoing my comments about the ground loop. Says that is a very real thing, and that it was the first time that he's checked in with the net, and he thanks you for running the net, and that he can just barely hear you since you're vertical. So I'll throw it back to you, Don, and you can pick up W5ADA. This is W5DPH.
Hey, Brent, does he have a SWOT number?
Have a SWOT number.
I'm sorry, Rocky. I doubled with you again. What did you say?
I think he asked me if I had a SWOT number, and negative, I do not have a SWOT number.
Okay, roger that. Don, he says no, he does not have a SWOT number. Back to you, W5DPH.
Thank you, and thank Rocky for me. I can just barely hear him in there. It's definitely my issue. Let's go to Ron, W5DPH, W5ADA, NL7CO.
He's probably gonna have to work at the pharmacy.
Sounds good, Ron. I'm glad to see stuff coming up. And let's go over to Jeff, KJ5FUJ, NL7CO. Jeff, what you got going on?
This is KJ5, Foxtrot Uniform Juliet. I don't have anything going on. I'm just looking forward to, getting a little extra sleep over the weekend. As far as my grounding situation, I'm not near as elaborate as you guys. I've got a ground rod right outside my window, and it comes in through a 2x4 that sits on my window, or sits in between the window and the jamb. And then I got a bus bar on it, and everything wires to that bus bar. That is my grounding situation. That's a net.
That sounds pretty good. It's pretty close to what I'm getting ready to do. Although, like Brent said, I'm going to tie it into everything. But for right now, I'm doing it to get rid of some of the common mode problems I'm having. I think they'll go away pretty quickly. Thank you. Any other check-ins for the Southwest Oklahoma 2-meter sideband net, please call NL7CO. Well, we're doing a little bit better. We're up to 5 people, 3 grids. That's doing pretty good. When we get there. If there are no other check-ins, I want to thank everyone checking into the Southwest Oklahoma 2-meter sideband net. We had, like I said, 5 check-ins from 3 grids. This is NL7CO closing the net and current generator to continue plan 2-meter sideband. 73s.
Thanks, Don, for running that, and I didn't hear any additional people trying to check in. This is W5DPH.
Sounds good, Brent. That's all we do is keep playing and keep plugging. It's pretty much a local net right now, but I'm having fun with it.
Yep, it is. And you'll have even more fun once you get your tower up.
Yes, I will. Okay, talk to you later. W5DPH NL7CO. I may give you a call this weekend once I get get the transmitter hooked up. I'm just curious.
Roger that. I'll be working, but if I can answer your call or text, I can probably turn on or use my rig remotely at work using my phone, so we can do some testing there if I'm not too busy. All right, we'll talk to you later. This is W5DPH.